March 14, 1998. 11:42 p.m. The Peppermill Casino, Reno, Nevada. Ronald Dale Harris is standing at slot machine number 407. His hands are shaking. The screen shows triple sevens. The payout reads $100,000. He's supposed to cash out, walk away. He's been planning this moment for 3 years. But here's what makes this different from every other jackpot in Reno. Ronald didn't get lucky. He wrote the code. He programmed this machine to pay out when he wanted it to. And he's done it 37 times before tonight. His partner, Reed McNeal, is standing 20 feet away, pretending to play video poker. They agreed. Nothing over $10,000. Too visible. But Reed got greedy. He changed the plan. And upstairs in the surveillance room, a casino analyst named Charles Stratton just noticed something wrong. What Ronald doesn't know is that Nevada Gaming Control has been watching him for 6 days. Before we dive into how a state employee hacked the system from the inside, hit that like button and subscribe. This gets wild. Let's rewind to understand what Ronald Dale Harris actually was and why that mattered. Harris wasn't some criminal mastermind. He was a programmer for the Nevada Gaming Control Board. His job? Testing slot machine software for vulnerabilities. For 12 years, he examined every line of code that ran in Nevada's 200,000 slot machines. He certified the games were fair. He looked for exploits. And in doing that, he became the one person in Nevada who knew how every machine worked. Here's what makes this devastating. Slot machines run on EPROMs, erasable programmable read-only memory chips. These chips contain the game's source code, the odds, the payout tables, everything. Casinos trust these chips because they're certified by Gaming Control. Once installed, they're sealed behind locks and tamper-evident tape. Harris had access to the master code for every machine type in Nevada. Think about that for a second. In 1992, he started thinking about a question. What if you could write a backdoor into the code? A sequence of plays that looked random but triggered a jackpot? Gaming Control tested for statistical anomalies. They checked if machines paid out too often. But what if a machine only paid once? What if the sequence required 38 specific plays in a specific order? That's not a glitch, that's a lock. And Harris had the key. By 1995, he had a prototype working on a home slot machine he bought for $4,500. Ronald's scheme required 3 things: access, knowledge, and a partner. Access was easy. He worked in Gaming Control's testing lab. Every new slot machine delivered to Nevada casinos passed through his hands. He'd examine the EPROM chips, verify the code, write his certification. Then he'd seal the chip and send it to the casino. But here's what no one knew. Before sealing each chip, Ronald burned a duplicate. He'd take the manufacturer's legitimate code, add 247 lines of his own instructions, and burn it onto a fresh EPROM. His code created a backdoor, a sequence of specific bet amounts and button presses that, when executed perfectly, forced a jackpot. Let me show you what those 247 lines bought him. Complete control. The sequence Harris programmed into Keno machines required playing 38 specific numbers in a specific order. The odds of anyone randomly triggering this? Approximately 1 in 2.3 billion. To Gaming Control's monitoring systems, it would look like legitimate random luck. His partner was Reed McNeal. They met at a computer conference in 1993. Reed was a commercial programmer who understood gaming systems, smart enough to follow instructions, greedy enough to take the risk. The rules were simple. Hit small casinos, target older machines with Harris's modified EPROMs, never win more than $10,000 at a single location, spread hits across months. Play the sequence perfectly. One mistake resets the backdoor, and you get nothing. Between January 1995 and March 1998, they executed the scam 37 times across 8 Nevada casinos. Total take, $547,000. But there's a problem. Reed wants more. March 8, 1998, 3:15 p.m. Reed McNeal walks into the Peppermill Casino in Reno. He's carrying Ronald's handwritten instructions for machine number 447, a Bally Keno game installed 6 months earlier with Harris's modified EPROM. The sequence requires 38 specific number combinations played over approximately 4 hours. Reed sits down, starts playing. Bet $2. Select numbers 3, 14, 23, 34, 41, 57, 62, 71. Wait for draw, lose. That's correct. The sequence requires losing 23 times before the trigger. 3:47 p.m., the 12th play, bet 3 numbers 5, 19, 28, 36, 44, 51, 68, 70. Lose again. Reed's following the script perfectly. To anyone watching, he's just another gambler bleeding money into a Keno machine. But what Reed doesn't know, the Peppermill surveillance analyst, Charles Stratton, is reviewing yesterday's payout reports. He notices something odd. 3 weeks ago, a player hit a $7,800 Keno jackpot on machine number 312. Statistically unusual, but legitimate. Except Stratton pulls the tape. The winning player matched Ronald Harris. Same clothes, same build, different casino cage ID. Stratton flags it, starts pulling historical footage. 5:31 p.m., Reed reaches play number 32. Bet 5 numbers 2, 11, 29, 38, 47, 53, 66, 77. Lose. 6 more plays to go. His hands are sweating. Casino regulars are rotating through machines around him. A cocktail waitress offers him a drink. He declines, can't risk losing focus. 7:18 p.m. Play 37. Bet 8 numbers 4, 17, 24, 39, 46, 58, 63, 72. Lose. This is it. The final trigger play. Reed's supposed to bet 10 play numbers 1, 8, 15, 22, 29, 36, 43, 50, 57, 64. The code will register the sequence completion and force a $9,600 jackpot. Within gaming control's acceptable range, enough to make the night worth it. But Reed changes the bet. Instead of $10, he bets $100. He's thinking, if the machine's programmed to pay on this sequence, maybe a bigger bet triggers a bigger jackpot. 7:23 p.m. He plays the numbers, hits draw, the screen lights up. 8 matches. The machine starts ringing. Jackpot, $100,000. Reed freezes. This wasn't the plan. Harris said never exceed $10,000. High payouts trigger mandatory IRS reporting. Gaming control review, federal attention. But the money's there, on the screen, and Reed's already thinking about what $100,000 buys. What Reed definitely doesn't know, gaming control has a protocol for jackpots over $25,000. Automatic software audit. They pull the EPROM chip and examine the code. They verify no tampering occurred. And when they pull machine number 447's chip, they're going to find Ronald Harris's 247 lines of backdoor code. March 9th, 7:30 a.m. Gaming control technician removes the EPROM from machine number 407 for standard jackpot verification. March 10th, 2:15 p.m. Senior analyst discovers unauthorized code in the chip. Code that shouldn't exist. Code that matches the programming style of exactly one person in Nevada, Ronald Dale Harris. March 12th, 9 a.m. FBI raids Harris's home. They find 23 modified EPROM chips, handwritten notes detailing machine numbers and casino locations, bank records showing $547,000 in unexplained deposits over 3 years. March 14th, 11:42 p.m. Ronald Harris stands at machine number 447 at the Peppermill, not to play, to watch Reed claim the jackpot, to see if gaming control noticed. They did. Federal agents arrest both men at 11:47 p.m. The investigation uncovered 37 confirmed jackpots across 8 casinos. Harris confessed to programming backdoors into 46 different slot machines between 1995 and 1998. Gaming control estimated the total vulnerability. If Harris had sold his technique, someone could have exploited 2,000 plus machines across Nevada. Potential exposure, $87 million. Harris was convicted of rigging slot machines and sentenced to 7 years in federal prison. McNeal received 4 years. Both were banned from Nevada casinos for life. Here's what's chilling. Gaming Control tested every EPROM chip Harris ever certified. They found modified code in 14 machines still operating on casino floors. Those machines were pulled immediately, but they couldn't verify every chip Harris touched over 12 years. Some estimates suggest 20 to 30 compromised machines were never found. Were they played? Did someone else discover the back doors? No one knows. Nevada overhauled its testing protocols. EPROM chips are now verified by multiple independent analysts. The code is checksummed against manufacturer originals. No single person can certify a machine. Harris served 5 years. He was released in 2004. He moved to the Philippines and reportedly works as a freelance programmer. He's never given a media interview about the case. Today, if you visit the Nevada Gaming Control Board Museum in Carson City, there's a small display case. Inside, an EPROM chip from machine number 447 at the pepper mill. Next to it, a printed card reading, "The vulnerability we missed." The chip sits under glass, silent, a reminder that the person testing the locks sometimes holds the only key. And sometimes they remember where they hid the copies.